Ooh. Whoop. Hey there. Hello, how do you do? My name is Harry Wetzel. Thanks for coming. It's the 80s, darling. Yes, it is. It is the 80s. It is February the 2nd, 1984. It is Groundhog Day. Yes, and Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes is on the radio. Cold song for a cold day. Yes, this Groundhog Day in Manhattan and New York City is pretty drizzly all day long. Yes, it's wet and drizzly, but eventually the drizzle stops by evening, and by closing time, it's nice and dry again. It's just cold out. Right. So it's about closing time, and I'm loading the empty boxes out into the street in front of the booze store, and I got a nice sculpture of a choo-choo train going. And there's several boxes, and so I got a nice choo-choo train sculpture going. And I look up the sidewalk, and I see a familiar figure coming this way. And I look, and I realize, oh no, it's Margie. And my immediate knee-jerk impulse is to duck and hide behind the sculpture. But that's silly. She's already seen me. What am I going to do? Crouch behind the cardboard boxes like an idiot? So she gets up to the booze store and she nods to me, and I nod back in self-defense, and she looks at me and she goes on into the shop. So I finish with my little sculpture of a choo-choo train, and I go in there. I say, well, there's nothing I can do here. I'll get my coat and take off. So I go in there. I get my coat. Gregory's got his coat on. Michael's standing there sulking, and I'm heading for the door when suddenly, and without warning, Margie says, I want to get us some rum. Everybody freezes. Gregory says, what you say? Margie says, I said, I want to buy us some rum. Gregory is quick. He says, Harry, go next door and get some Coke. I say, back in a flash. And I dash out the door. And I go right next door to the deli. And I get a couple of bottles of Coke. And I'm paying for it at the counter. And I say, wow, this is a new wrinkle. Isn't this lovely? What do you know about that? So I get back to the shop in a flash, because it's literally right next door. And Gregory's got 4 glasses on the counter. And he says, well, Margie, what do we have? And she says, how about some Bacardi? And he says, all right, a pint of Bacardi is $5 even. Uh, Out the door. So that'll be $5, please. And she gets $5 out of her purse. She gives it to him. He puts it in the cash register. He turns around, gets a bottle of Bacardi, takes the lid off, and throws the lid away in the trash can. And then he pours out 1, 2, 3, 4 Bacardis, and he gets some Coke, and he pours out 1, 2, 3, 4, and makes 4 rum and Cokes. And Got to Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson is on the radio right now. And yes, we got to be start drinking. And so, well, surprise. Margie obviously had something happen somewhere in her head where she had a realization that we are just what we wanted her to realize from the first place. We're just a bunch of friendly, harmless drunken idiots who are fun to get drunk with. And so that's what happens. We start drinking. And Margie has obviously had a realization of some nature, because she is behaving quite differently from the marble granite statue that she had been before. Oh, it's just fantastic. She's it's before our eyes. Margie is sparkling. It's an amazing thing to see. She's opened up like a flower, and I can see the light radiating from her like an aurora. And she's laughing and smiling, and she's got a beautiful smile. Who knew? Who knew that Margie had a beautiful smile? Yes. Well, it's fantastic. So we're getting our drink on, and Stray Cat Strut comes on. And that's a ridiculous song, but I think it's a perfect song to smoke dope to. And I say, you guys, let's duck in the back of the shop because we're not going to smoke it right up here in the front where anybody can see. So we go to the back of the shop and we smoke a joint. I got one all rolled and ready to go. So we smoke a joint together. Hooray! Now we're stoned and we're drunk. We go up to the counter and Gregory pours out 1, 2, 3, 4. He pours out the last of these pretty hefty rum and cokes, and he puts the empty bottle and throws it in the trash can. Chakunk. And he goes, next bottle's on the boss. And he turns around, gets another one. We all cheer. And he takes the lid off and he throws that away. And he puts the bottle of Bacardi, bam, on the counter there before we even finish our rum and cokes. Right. And so we finish those, and we're getting pretty loopy there. And Gregory says, all right, Harry, go get some more Coke. And Margie says, no, this time get some orange juice. And I say, brilliant. And so I dash out of the store. I run next to the deli and I get a quart of Tropicana orange juice. And I bring that back. And so Gregory lays out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 rum and orange juice. Yes. And Maniac by Michael Cimbello is on the radio right now. And that's a pretty charged up song. And the evening gets even blurrier. Right. So Margie and I are talking, and she's laughing and joking, and we're talking about birthdays. And Margie shares a birthday with my mother. Her birthday's coming up in March, and my mother's birthday's in March. And it's so exciting. She said, we're going to have a party, and you're invited. And I tell her what my birthday is, and I share a birthday with her son. She's got 2 kids, a boy, Larry, and a daughter, Yoshi. And I share a birthday with Larry, her son. They said, oh, well, we're going to have a double party in October. And it's fantastic. So we're getting drunker and drunker by the minute and stuff like that. And Lionel Richie comes on. And he starts singing all night long. And so I'm dancing around, I'm bopping around, I'm singing and dancing all night long. And Margie's like, that white boy's crazy. And she was laughing, and we were just having a fantastic time. But Lionel Richie was right. We had been here all night long. It's getting pretty darn late. It's after midnight. The deli's closed. We can't get any more orange juice or Coke or anything like that. And we finished that other pint. And so we've each drank about a half a pint of rum, and we are all pretty loopy. It's fantastic. And so, but we're a little bit paranoid now that it's after midnight. And what if the cops drive by and don't like the looks of this, of something going on inside a closed business after midnight? So we close down the shop, and it's time to bid this lovely party adieu. And so the gate's coming down, jugga, 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 chukunk, and we're shuffling around in the cold, and it is time to say goodnight. And I shake hands with the fellas, and Margie gives me a hug. And Margie gives me a hug. It's fantastic. And so, isn't it a beautiful thing? We're saying goodbye now, and now we're all drinking buddies. It's just a lovely thing. It is. Isn't it, though? All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and comment. Please comment. I want to hear what you have to say. But I tell you, isn't it a beautiful thing? I look forward to seeing you next time.